Whoop, whoop, whoop. Welcome, welcome, my buddies, my saber friends, my saber amigos. It is time for Mundo Madness Monday. Jim, how you doing, my buddy? We're gonna have a good show tonight. I hope everybody comes in. Is got to have a good Monday work week. Hopefully, everything goes pretty smooth for you guys. I know I've been working like a dog all weekend long on the garage. Of course, my daughter's graduating in May, so I got to make sure I get it all cleaned out and get it ready for the party. Party, Titan, Titan's in the house. I got my drink, buddy. Yes, we're gonna get the party started and rolling, rolling, rolling. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It is Monday, and we are going to have a good time today. And I sure hope that anybody who comes in and has a good time tonight, because I want to discuss the workstations area. Now, I'm gonna for warn you guys ahead of time. Okay, I'm gonna show you a little bit of my workspace, and I mean it's gonna be messy. Hey, Charlie, welcome, Charlie. Welcome, my friend. Welcome, buddy. What an honor that you're here. It's an honor to have everybody here who shows up tonight, man. Um, like I said, it's always, and I got the custom saber shop hat, right? Um, it's always a pleasure to have everybody here, and I thank God each and every Monday for those that come by and listen and watch, because that means the world to me. It also means the world to Space as well, because without him, Mundo Madness Monday wouldn't be possible. So I want to talk about, like I said, tonight's topic is workstations, whether it be big, small, medium size. It doesn't matter as long as you get the work. What your passion about the sabering part of it is. The wires, the sanding, everything, every aspect of the lightsaber building process, right? Whether you do the etching, where you do the acid etching, whether it's the laser etching, whether it's the sanding, grinding, making the holes yourself, maybe having somebody else do the holes. It doesn't matter, right? And the workspace that you have is kind of like your own little piece of heaven, right? Mm, at least it is for me, right? For me, it's an area where I can let all of my troubles for the day, for the week, for whatever have you will, that you know it's a place where every one of my problems goes away when I'm working on my wiring, whether I'm sanding down the chassis, everything. Hey, Cincy, what up, my buddy? Welcome, welcome. Come on in. The drink is fine. Only here at Mundo's. So grab yourself a drink and let's get to talking workstations, man. Big, small, medium size, it don't matter. It is done to be your little slice of heaven, man. Because if you're anything like me, excuse me, guys, if you're anything like me, it brings you so much joy to just have this little area and be able to work on the sabers. And I really enjoy having time. And like I said, I don't know about you guys, but I'm so disorganized that I'm trying to get organized. Does that make sense, guys? I mean, because like I got crap everywhere, man. And I've seen, if you look at Alberts from Smugglers, if you look at Jeremy's and everybody else's workshop, when they're doing their videos and they're showing you all their wiring, they're showing you what they're building and everything else, right? If you look at it, all their stuff is so clean, man. And I don't see how they can get things so clean and keep it clean that way. Because I guess I'm just a naturally messy worker because I have stuff all over the place, man. And I'll show you. I mean, because I'm gonna take it really slow, guys, because I don't want so much motion to go. But see, there's my laptop right there. So right below all my sabers, right up here, I have my laptop, and I'm gonna bring you up, and I'm gonna bring it slowly, okay? And this is on the entertainment center. So I try to keep everything all together if possible and as close together as I can. So like I said, and of course there's another camera right there, but that camera is just to watch everything else in the garage, and it's not hooked up to any one thing. I don't know. I wonder if I can utilize it for the show at one time because it can be used on my phone, but it has its own, its own 360 or something, whatever it's called. Anyhow, yeah, it went into hibernation mode right there. After so long, it goes into hibernation mode. So if I come down and you see right here, that's a little bit messy area, right? And here, of course, like I said, I've got the case right here. So the Graflex is going to go in there a little bit later. I've got all my pencils and everything, pens, pencils, and so forth right there. And of course, R2's up here, right? Got to have R2. And my little martial arts dudes, along with the the Jedi Master sign there, and the reason why I have it up there is because it can't be down here with me yet, because I have not become a Jedi Master yet. I am still a Padawan learner. Taking you to this side, if I can. Okay. I don't know if you see this little bit right in here. I have my wires right there, parts, all my different little parts in these things right here, glues and more screwdrivers and everything. You can see all my little parts. Sorry about the mess. Like I said, I've been moving all kinds of things around. So as I go down, you can see where my glue gun and everything is right in there and all of these little spots, right? So if I go too fast, folks, let me know, and I do certainly apologize. Now, I'm going to come right here, and here is my little slice of heaven. Yeah, I know that light is kind of washing things out a little bit, right? Let's see. Yeah, Trey says to be fair, no, than now, 2004. So spring cleaning will be here soon. Don't be too tough on yourself. I got you, Charlie. Like I said, we're gonna have a party here for my daughter, so I gotta really clean it good. So I'm gonna come here, and I do apologize for the lighting right there, guys, so that y'all can see me pretty well. But yeah, I've got this table right here and everything. That's my little workspace right there. So, I've got this table goes up and down. So I can adjust it, and I'm going to bring you guys around slowly. There's my little hot air station along with my soldering station right there. And let me go ahead. I'm going to come and I'm going to put you guys back over here so we can talk and everything. Now that you've seen my little workspace there, I hope I didn't go too fast. Glenn Mundo didn't get barbecued by the fires. I'm probably gonna get a lot of shit for this, right, Jim? I mean, I'm telling you. 9 3/4 until 2025. Laugh out loud. um, So yeah, man, I tell you, it's been a good workout working out in here in the garage. But when I do my little stuff on the lightsaber stuff, it's my little piece of heaven, man. And I hope it's that way for everybody who works on lightsabers as well, right? Hey, thanks, Titan. Yeah, man. I wish it was a little bit cleaner, but like I said, oh, thank you. Yeah, I'm trying to get it there. I'm trying to get it to a man cave, or at least partial man cave, right? So I got to do like a little she cave on the other side of the garage for the wife, and the man cave on my side. And in between, I guess it's neutral ground, right? Of course, I've got the refrigerator in here as well, so we will always have snacks or something in the fridge, um, and drinks in there later on once I get everything put away and everything. That way, I can have people kind of hang out here in the garage. And when I invite people to come and work on sabers with me, we have more than enough room to come and do. I can have an extra table put out here for them to work on their sabers. I got some big old white foldable tables, and I utilize those sometimes for spray painting and stuff. I've got one in particular that I use I believe it was the gilded brass, the gilded brass when that I used on a couple of PVC pieces that I was testing for trying to paint something up. And I believe, yeah, it was the PVC pipe lightsaber that I was working on, right? Now I still have to go and buy some clear coat so that I can spray that clear coat on that PVC one. So every now and then the oils in my fingers kind of get some of that paint and it gets to my fingers. So I'm going to have to get a clear coat so it won't come off anymore, right? But and since you showed me your spot, man, I really like the way you have it set up. And everybody has their workstation set up differently too. Now, if you've looked at Space's setup, I mean his spaceship Destiny, right? He's got such a nice area too. Eventually, I'd like to kind of set something up like that myself. I'm hoping that one day and I'm not sure whether I will get rid of this entertainment center and build something into the wall. Simply because I love this little table that I get, and the table that I got is from Home Depot, right? It's the Husky, and I'm not sure how many of you guys have checked some of these tables out over there at Home Depot. I think mine was like when I got it, I think it was like about 159. The last time I saw one like this, like recently, was about two something. And so you can imagine probably about 230 with tax and all, right? But when I have this table cleaned up, I mean, I've got enough and more than enough room to lay out my LEDs, to lay out, the tubing to make the blades and everything. Like I said, I haven't done any of that stuff in a while, and I need to do is buy some new parts so that I can redo some of my blades that I have there. I think the LEDs are kind of going out, so I might need to acquire some new LEDs and make some new blades, so to speak. Since I already have the tubes, I don't have to worry about buying tubes. I just redo the guts on the inside the blade. But like I said, I have more than enough room to lay everything out on the table and then some. I'm also getting some. I'm also getting some 3D printed holders because with this little table here, I've got one of my neighbors that's got a 3D printer, and I told him, and I asked him, actually, I said, man, you're learning to do 3D printing, man, and I want to know if you can print me some little inserts that go at the end of the table, and that will stick up enough where I can put a board across so that I can have a shelf. And with this shelf, I can remove the shelf and I can utilize my all my tools on top of the shelf so they're not on directly onto the table when I'm working. I can just grab and put them back as I need, as well as any other components that I can, so that I can pretty much clear that whole table off and not have anything on it except for the stuff that I'm working with. And that's kind of like my goal for this table right here in my workstation. But like I said, over here, and as you see up up right in here, let me see if I can kind of move it just a little bit. Right here, I have all my little picks so that if I need the wires, I can get some of the wires run through stuff. I also have all my paint brushes on there. I have some extra, let's see, pens, pencils. I have tweezers. Yeah, I've got all kinds of extra components right up in there. And in here, I have different buttons and so forth. And behind it, on this little thing right here, I have all the saber parts right in here. And I reserved this right here for more of my immediate saber parts. Um, and I really enjoy it though because it's not very big and I can have a controlled amount of stock of things. Like so right now I don't have a whole lot of stock, but later on when I start doing more and more builds, I can incorporate more and more stock into it. And like I said, I carry. Oops, I am so sorry, guys. Like some of these small boxes right here, I also incorporate into larger boxes. Let me see. Oh, yeah, my goodness. Ooh, gotta love spiders, man. When you're in the garage, you deal with everything. So, I get quite a few of these right here, and I really enjoy it because if you could see some of the parts that I got in there, like the crystal right there, crystal holder, just different items. And then these go into a larger box down here, basically a toolbox, right? Switches. Jim has so many switches and or buttons. I'm getting there, Jim. I'm getting there, man. I've got like, you know what's crazy though? You know what's crazy is I also get these little these little bins right here that go down into that where you see all the other parts and stuff like that. I've got all these little bins and I've got all these little wires in here. Well, like this one right here, just I've got the clamp cards that I've been cutting and stuff, sanding down, working on all that right here, right? So this is kind of like my little clamp card tray right here, and I still have to put it, I still have to label it so that I know that this is my clamp card tray. But like I said, and it and all of these different little trays that I haven't done, I've got like all kinds of different little things in them. This, oh, what do you call it? Jesus. Oh, so I got some of the LEDs from CC Sabers, right? I got a little drill, hand drill. Toot, toot, toot. You gotta have a hand drill, man. That way you can do the small stuff, right? Um, and then, man, of course, some saber parts with no sound and all that. So, it needs charging and all that good stuff. So, haven't been able to charge this at all or even play with it. Don't want to either right now at this point. I want to get the I want to get the uh I want to get Roy Boy going right now. So, hmm. But yeah, in the entertainment center also, man, right? Ooh, well, everybody dropped off here, man. Wow. Down here in the entertainment center, right here, I have more room where I've got more parts down up in here. I put all kinds of other things. Uh, Pretty much plug-ins, the saber chargers and everything right here. So when I need them right away, what I actually want to do right here is I want to drill a hole where I can make a charging station just from right here. Now I do have Now um I do have a power strip that's underneath this table that I've got it zip tied, and I've got a second one on there that I can plug in some stuff and everything else on top of that, right? Um, and it serves a really good purpose. So, like right now, I'm actually charging the battery for the Warlock right now because I'm going to turn the Warlock on after a while. Now, Jim, have you? Is yours workspace small? Is it big? Is it like in immediate range? Like, I mean, it really doesn't matter really what size it is, but when you have your workspace, right, you got to have a certain amount of area. Do you have an area just for your LEDs and your small parts? You have a little area just for your work table, or is everything all together? Uh, just a desk for now. Hey, see that works. Just a desk. Uh, be honest with you, I have a desk that was in my bedroom, and the wife said, "Nope, you got to take your crap into the garage." I'm all like, "Oh my goodness, all my crap's got to go in the garage." I was happy with the computer desk. I really was. And she goes, "No." She goes, I don't want this stuff in the bedroom." I'm like, "Okay, all right, I'll accommodate you." So she said, "We'll get you a table." Boxes of parts. Oh yeah. See, I'm not there yet, Jim. I am not there yet. I don't know if I want to be there. Felicia, what's up? My desk is a catch-all. Your desk is a catch-all? Well, wait till it's a build-all desk, mama. Right? You got to have a build-all desk. Well, I suppose a catch-all is almost the same. But when you start working on sabers, and like I said, get you your iron, get you pieces to work on, get you some wire to work on, and learn to solder your wires first. Learn good soldering first before you really attempt anything. I find it important that if you learn the basis for your soldering, everything's gonna be much easier at that point because when you start soldering small stuff and kind of like muscle memory will kind of take over a little bit later, right? Because then you'll get to the point where you'll have a set temperature that you'll be able to do all of that stuff with, and you'll be confident, and you will have so much um when you really gain that knowledge of doing those small steps. Take your time doing clean, clean wiring. You know what I mean? Jim. Let's see. I will clean the whole house, but for some reason avoid my desk. Nah. See, I overdo things though, Felicia. I mean, I don't clean the house, and I clean the garage, right? Because I help the wife both in here and in there, but at the same time, um, my desk, my desk in here, my saber desk catches all a lot too, and I tend to put things together and pile things up, move from one area to another. But what I'm actually doing is when I move things to one side, I try to take out one full thing. Let's see, say butter gem. Oops. Um, Jim, I'll check it out after the show, man. Desk charging. Okay, I'll check it out after the show, man. Um, it may be a short show this tonight. I don't know yet because I got a lot of work to do. So we'll see how things go. If I can hit the one, I will hit the 1 hour mark, and I might cut it off. I might cut it off at 45 after, but I wanted to see if other people will come in because I know that most people watch me at 9 o'clock. And since I'm gonna start trying to do them now that I'm getting home about 7:30, I can 7:30 between 7:30 7:45. It just depends. Sometimes 8 o'clock. I'm gonna try to do the show at 8:30 so that way I can get more of an audience coming in. I know my show is not as exciting as everybody else's show, but like I said, I want to make sure that we're sitting across the table drinking a beer and just talking about this stuff. Because it's a simple love for the craft, and that's one of the things, the reason for Mundo Madness Monday show. And of course, who can resist? Who can resist Yoda? Yes, Yoda is with me. And that is what I am doing, folks. I am doing that. I am doing the show, and I am doing the show my way. And I tell you what, and I guess and I love Space so much, man, because he gives me free reign on doing things. Now, if like I said, if you in speaking of some really badass workspaces, if you've watched Rob Petcow, Mad Cow, right, on his channel, Genesis Custom Sabers, and he also does, all of the stuff for the Custom Saber Shop. If you watched a lot of his stuff on his YouTube channels, you've actually seen the progression of his workspace, right? Because when Rob first started out, you could see that he had almost a small area, a small desk, and he was showing you how to do things. And as time went by, he added little things on the wall. I think the first thing that he really did was put a black pegboard with Christmas lights. I think it was to kind of simulate, some LEDs and stuff like that, right? And as time went by, I guess he moved into a bigger house or a new house with a bigger garage area, and he started working on his garage little bit by little bit, um doing some small projects and showing them as he built. Like he did cabinets, he did all kinds of space, little little theme parts through his whole garage, and Star Wars it out, right, as time went by. And more it looked like a spaceship and or a cruiser area, and it looks phenomenal. So if you go back and you watch a lot of Rob's YouTube channels episodes, especially from his first ones from the Custom Saber Shop, if you watch those and then watch all the way to now, you'll see the progression of his workspace, and it looks amazing because he even said when he was doing certain things to his garage and his workspace, he had a little workshop in the garage, and then I think they moved and he built the new garage into like a maintenance port of the Death Star or something like that. Yeah, Jim, exactly, right? So he did. He had a very small desk, and he grew when he got a bigger place, and he built it up. So each episode that you watched, you could see a little bit of the progression work going into his garage and everything that he did. And he told everybody that the workspace was to be inspiring for his work. I think he pulled it off. I really think he pulled it off. And if you look at Anthony's, garage, his workspace on the Starship Destiny, yeah, I think he killed it too because he's got the long benches and the TVs in the background. Like I have the TV in the background here, see up here as well, right? So I've got, I don't have anything too fancy and too inspiring, but it's my space, right? And you would never believe. You want to know this? You know what's something funny, man? You know, I've got all my wires on a paper towel holder right here, right? So they're not all over the place. And that sits up here. And I tell you, I actually like it on that thing, man, because I would love to have it across. Of course, I'd love to have it up on top across, and I think eventually I will. But for right now, it works, right? I like the little creativity and little tricks like Jedi Arms Dealer and his fishing tackle box, his speaker parts. Yeah, exactly, Felicia. Right? See, creativity like that. Space Windu saw Mad Cows and went, challenge accepted. I agree, Jim. I think he did. I think he did. I really, and I enjoy seeing those workspaces like that. Now, if you see all of that plain space right up here, I'm actually going to put some some cabinets up here on the wall, and I'm gonna kind of space them out too myself. I'm actually think of doing maybe running some tubing up here when I get the cabinets up here. I'm gonna put a couple of shelves below them because the table will go right underneath the shelves, right? But but the cabinets, I think I'm gonna run. I think I can run about four cabinets up there, and then what I'll do is I'll take some huge kind of tubing and put it like right along the seam, and then run some tubings that'll go in to what looks like they're going into the cabinets, but then they won't actually be in the cabinets. So I will get them painted out, um, and I think I'm gonna run some LEDs and kind of maybe some control panels on each one of those. Maybe one control panel up here to kind of simulate uh like the master control panel for all of the cabinets up there. I mean, I've got all kinds of ideas right now that I'm kind of working on for that little, but my little workspace area. I mean, it won't be as grand as any of those guys, but you know, it won't be as grand at all. I'm hoping that it'll kind of look cool. People come over and they're like, "Oh, dude, that looks cool, man." And that's all. I mean, that's all I need. I mean, I don't need to go, uh, full speed ahead and do all of this like in one weekend or anything like that. I think I'm gonna take time, figure things out, make it out. I'm not sure if I'll get the cabinets painted before I put them up there. Uh, how I exactly want them looking. I may put them black. I'm not sure. Maybe red and black. Might be a good thing for it. Mm, maybe red and black with some white striping and stuff like that. You see in Space Window video, weight benches and punching bag garage door at the beginning of the cosmic window, and then bar completely soundstage for sci-fi show movie. Yeah. Um, I'm actually yeah, the smoke machine. Oh my God, Felicia, no. I'm sorry. Space can keep the smoke machine. Yeah, space can keep the smoke machine. I mean, if I'm gonna have smoke in here, I think it'll be the wacky tobacco because man, I have not used it, but I might get it. I might start, because of my back problems. So I'll be like Cheech and Chong, man, up in smoke. It might help me a little bit, forget all my back pain. So yeah. I think it's going to be a fun little, epic fogger. Oh, you made it, Jim. You made an epic fogger, huh? Yeah. You plan on doing laser tag in there? See, now I have to admit, okay, now I have to admit, when they were doing the laser pistols, the laser gun in there, I have to admit it looked good with the smoke. I think, and of course, to enhance the aura of the sabers and the saber blades, right? Um, I don't know, behind the scenes of a movie, and it went did the same. Oh, okay. But it may enhance the shows. It may enhance anything, right? I mean, because I bet it makes great during Halloween stuff, right? Now, if y'all are the folks, if y'all are the kind that love to do like decorate during Halloween and stuff like that, then I think that maybe the smoke machine will come in like super super handy, right? Um, then again, it may not be a bad idea to find maybe a laser thing and have the lasers kind of like a laser show where the cabinets could be at. Have it put across the room. uh, for sure, Halloween, right? I don't know. I think eventually, I think I'd like to do like a Star Wars theme thing for Halloween in my garage one year. I haven't, like I said, I have not ever had the room for it, but I think one year I might want to try to do that and maybe get some sound cards and get kind of like a Star Wars theme going for Halloween, man. I think that'd be a lot of fun one of these years to do. It'd be a great workspace. It'd be a great workspace stuff too. You know what I mean? I mean, so it could be great inspiration to pull something like that off. I don't know. What do you guys think? Hmm? I think it would be pretty cool. But and for those who have like small workspaces, you know, even some of the small workspaces I've seen turned out really good, right? I mean, I don't think you need anything too terribly big to work on to be effective in, and especially like Ton of Sabers, right? If you look at his videos, he doesn't, and I love it, man, because he doesn't have a huge workspace, but he does such freaking awesome work, and you can see the love that goes into the sabers that he does. And so, regardless of the size of your, let's see, Jim says, go buy the big portable insect fogger and just fill it with smoke juice instead of pesticide. That'll, I mean, that's as cheap as you're gonna get, right? Right, Jim? And I bet it works even just as good. It works just as good. um, but yeah, like I said, going back to Tano Sabers, man, the small work area, or not even that big, but I mean, his work area is awesome, and he does such a great job. Now, if you like I said, if you look at Albert's area, and now Albert might have a little bit bigger area too, right? From smugglers. And oh yes, Felicia Divinium, right, has a freaking warehouse. I know. I watched the video, and he did he got a fantastic work area. He really does, man. But look how much stuff he produces, though. Yeah, I mean he produces like mind-boggling stuff too. And fill your garage in 3 minutes? Oh, I believe it, man. I filled my whole garage in that amount of time with all the junk we have. So now I've got to go through it and get rid of stuff. Mm. But you got to utilize every little bit of area that you can, right? At least I get this little area for working on. Yeah, epic, man. Epic stuff. Oh, epic stuff. Well, like I said, like of course, like I've been working on Roy Boy 2.0, right? And I finally got I went and ordered a 5 millimeter NeoPixel LED, not LED, but NeoPix from Saber, right? And I finally got, I don't know if you can see that, but I finally got it in here and I glued it in here and I've got it all wired right here. So now I'm just a matter of getting it to check it and see how it's going to come out like that. So that in itself is going to be cool, right? And I still have the one from Albert from Smugglers. I haven't wired this yet, but eventually I'm going to. So I think this is going to be going into a crystal chamber eventually. Now, I'm not sure if I still want to use that, like I said, for the Darth Vader build, but and the one that I've already think I have it. If I can pull it out right here. Oh, thank you, Jim. Yeah. So if I pull this one out and this one right here, I think what I'm what my idea of is to run this little booger right here and have it down in here, right? Get it down in there and kind of get it in there, and then maybe if I don't know, run some mesh right here. And if I don't put this one in, then I'm thinking of maybe running something like this, the LED strip in here like this on each side, and then enclose it down so that no light can escape from in here, and all of that light will kind of shoot up in here. Since the only way the light will kind of come out will have to go up. Mesh? Yeah. See, that's what I'm thinking too, Jim. So I'm hoping that might be a great solution to do. And I'm and then I'm trying to think if what I might need to do is to take these off and run a piece right here, so that I can stick, pins. I can stick pins in there so that when let me see, when I get the Vader going, right, and I can use, right now it's empty, so if you see it, it's hollow. So, and this fits super nice, actually. This fits pretty good all the way up in there. And I still need to, uh, oh, yeah. See, let me put this down for a second here. And right now, with the custom saber shop blade piece right here, right? So what I need to do here is get this, and I don't know if I can set this off, but I need to get this set in here. And once I get it set in there, Okay. So once I get that set once I get that set in there just like that, and then I'm gonna figure out how to get this um with the pixel pins on here so that it'll go up in here and connect, right? It'll go up in here and connect everything. So I got a lot of work to do on that, right? But you know, I'm always having to put this on the back burner. And like I said, there's so many things that I got to do, but I just don't have time to do everything in one shot or as fast as I'd like it to, right? That's the thing, right? Even though you can have the greatest spaces in the world, and there just may not be things that you can, they're just things that are out of your control, man. Out of your control. And I apologize for putting my back to you guys, but I gotta put the thing back up there so it won't be all over the place, right? The sabers. If I leave them all over the place, I've been doing that too long, just leaving everything all over the place. So I did, like I said, with Roy Boy though. You see, I've got the little target in there right now, and I've got the pins set up in there. So that this half is done. This half is done. I just need to work on this piece right here, and I'm trying to figure out how I can. Well, actually, the problem that I was running across with it is if you look on this piece right here, right? On this piece right here, there's supposed to be the slide switch that goes right here. And then of course you've got the little board that goes right here. And then this slides in, right? Of course, I mean it's gonna go in here. This piece is gonna go right in here because it'll go right over this switch right here when it goes all the way in. Now, one of the things that I was thinking of is I had the PLI on here, right, in the first place with the original Roy Boy setup. And I did justice to space on that. Now, I still gonna do justice to space on this in terms of well, see, in the Warlock, because the Warlock has the Golden Harvest board. And so with Roy Boy 2.0, I'm gonna put the Golden Harvest board on here. When I set that up, and it's got a built-in PLI, right? So I was reading the manual, and in the PLI, in the section of the book, I think it's 94, I think it's 94, 91, something like that, or 91 to 94. It explains things on the PLI for the Golden Harvest. I was thinking to myself, I was like, oh my gosh, I think I'm overthinking things. Because if I had the slide switch, and then I also have the kill key, right? I also have the kill switch right here. Um, why am I gonna have two kill switches, two kills things? Like that kind of negates both things. I mean, I know it's extra protection, I guess, but why have two kill switches when I only need one? The wife's over here dancing over here because I'm losing my hands, right, for my talking, and she's making fun of me. um, so, and then like I was saying with the PLI, since I had the PLI on the switch here, if it already has a built-in PLI with a blade, why not utilize that? Take the PLI out and utilize the Neopix strips underneath the board. I can get brighter LEDs like that, brighter illumination, excuse me, um, I can do a different animation, whereas the PLI doesn't have the animation that I would like it to have. And then I can do a, well, I cut two of these oh, Neopix right here to go inside where the slide switch goes. But I think they're a little too big and they're not going to fit. So I need to get probably the 30. I think these are 50/50s. So what I do need to do is probably get a couple of I think 35/35s. Put them in there, right? Put them in there, and then put mesh on there. And I think that'll solve everything right there. And then I can just wire everything in series. And after wiring everything in series, then I should have no problems whatsoever. Just go into the general text area and, hey, Jason from the UK, what up, my friend? Welcome, welcome. I'm glad you're here, man. I am so honored that you come and um, chimed in, dude. I appreciate it, man. Great to have you, Jason. Great to have you. Cheers, my friend. Cheers. Welcome to Mundo Madness Monday. So, yeah, so I was thinking that, with all of these LEDs and doing some animations on them, I think I was just overthinking a whole lot of things. And after going through this, I think uh, Roy Boy 2.0 is going to be even better. And again, I have to thank Rich for providing me with with the chassis, man, because and it really turns out great. The more I scratch it up, the better it's looking. Yeah, I mean, it's really looking beat up, and that's what I was going for. So, uh, oh man, he goes, I do watch every week, but rarely catch live. Well, Jason, and I do apologize for that, man, because when I was doing at 9:45 Central, uh, 9 o'clock at night, and only had a few minutes to actually see the family, get something to munch on, and then come and get set up for the show. Now I'm actually getting home about an hour earlier, and I'm able to come and do all of those things an hour earlier, and be able to do the show like at 8:30 Central Time now instead of 9:45. So my goal in doing this was to make sure that I can get more audience, because those that were having a hard time watching live, I wanted to try to get them the opportunity to watch live and chime in, such as yourself. And I so appreciate it. I really do, man. Uh, because to me, I feel it's important that when I'm doing these lives and we're talking, like I said, and I'm going to say it over and over again for the people that are just coming into the show or just now watching the channel, that they get that experience with me as well. The one to one, we're sitting at a table, we're drinking a we're drinking a beer, whatever beverage you choose. I mean, it doesn't matter. Um, and we're talking sabers. And if anybody's actually got, stuff that they want to talk about, different things on sabers they want to talk about, they're more than welcome to email me. They're more than welcome to put it in the comments here. They're always welcome to, you know, give any input that they wish. I am all for ideas. I am all for open ideas. I mean, if you got something that you want to talk about, I may not be like super knowledgeable on everything that, all of these other guys that do this for a long time, but at the same time, I mean, I am learning as much as I can. I'm a slow learner, but I tell you what, man, uh, I plan on, Jason. I plan on it, man. I really enjoy the camaraderie. I want to make sure that people have a good spirit, experience coming on to the show. Yeah, man. See, everybody here is glad that you can make it. And like I said, anybody who's watching, and I invite them to come in and chime in, man, because I want to encourage people to come and talk about things that they want to talk about. Whether you want to talk about fonts, whether you want to talk about specifics for the sabers, like wires, whatever have you will. Um, and there, there's so many YouTube channels and there are so many YouTube tutorials that help people. And I tell you, um, and I keep mentioning it, even though Lando is really not doing videos right now. He hasn't taken any videos down, but he explains a lot of companies, saber companies, good and bad, who to go to, who not to go to, the reasoning behind their bad, right? He's done a lot of homework on that stuff. If you also go to Nerf Herder, he does a wonderful job of explaining about stuff from the custom saber shop, as well as what the reasoning behind why some sabers are so expensive, why the parts, the time it takes to input, to program, the time that it takes to do the wiring, the time, how much each part is. I mean, so Benji at Nerf Herders does an awesome job at explaining that. And there's so many tutorials out there that you can watch, right? And you know, one of the things that uh you may come across is that some people might be a little snooty about things, and don't let that experience pull you from the hobby. There are some people that have left because of things like that, and people can get ugly, man. But here, there's no such thing as a stupid question. There is no such thing as a stupid subject in terms of lightsaber stuff, right? Again, I encourage everybody who comes on here to have a good time. I mean, I want to be able to laugh with you. I want to be able to talk sabers with you. Um, if you're having a problem, Jim here can chime in, and Jim is an excellent source also for all kinds of things. I mean, he's been around the block more than I have. I tell you, I mean I ask him certain things myself, and he's put me on the path to good stuff there. And um I tell you, there's a lot of help if you know where to look for it, if you know who to go to, where to go. And I tell you, the manual is the number one point that you should go. Chime, yeah. I totally agree, totally, man. I've been about Saber since 2005. Seen it all and been installing my own for about 10. Oh, wow, dude. Okay, so yeah, you've been around the block, man. You know, I'm still working on one or two. I don't get a whole lot of time, so the time that I spent on working on these things, I probably get about 30 to 45 minutes a day if I'm lucky. Um, you know, and I still have a lot to learn. So but I've got great people to learn from. If you've seen Space Windu, I've been learning from him, and I'm still learning some stuff from Jim. I'm learning stuff from uh, Benji. I'm learning stuff from all kinds of people. And so that is awesome that you've been installing for about 10 years, installing your own. And that's exactly what I'd like to do, is install my own. Now, I did buy, the core. This is the Warlock from the Custom Saber Shop parts. Sorry, folks, I didn't mean to stick my arm across there like that. And this is the core from the Golden Harvest core from Custom Saber Shop, right? And I bought this because all of my sabers right now are not in are functioning right now. They are just shelf queens at the moment. So I really needed the warlock so that I could have a functioning one, and I had to do it quick, right? So yeah, man. I really enjoy it. And so Jason, let me ask you, man, is your workspace, is it in the garage? Is it in your room? Is your workspace medium, small, large? And do you really enjoy your little workspace, man? 'Cause I think it's important that we enjoy our little workspaces that we work our magic with, right? Now, I'm not sure about you, but excuse me, guys, I gotta pick something up here, and I'm gonna got the little charger right here, and I've got my battery, so I'm gonna pull the battery out right now so I can try to turn on the saber here in a minute. And but uh, as I was explaining earlier, Jason, that whether let's see, whether your workspace is small, big, medium, it doesn't matter. If it's proficient enough to do everything that you need to get your sabers where you need them to be, and if it brings you joy in when you're working on sabers, like for me, it's my little area. All my stress goes away with when I'm working with my saber stuff, and that's to me is a real huge part of my life in terms of stress relieving as well, right? So I'm really hoping that that'll be, it's an awesome place that you have for working on your sabers and everything. Without further ado, let's see if we can get this thing working. And I don't know what. Oh yeah. If you grew up in the '80s like me, man, you grew up watching He-Man, Masters of the Universe, right? And I when I saw that there was a He-Man font, I tried putting it on there, and I actually needed some help. Yeah, it's in the garage. Love locking myself in there. Oh yeah. Right. That's where I'm at. I'm in the garage. So if later on, if you haven't seen it like in the beginning part, you'll get to see my little workspace, right in here. And what did I do with my here we go. Let's see here. Yeah, and I think it's such it's so important that you love the area that you're in. I see. And I love this twist ignition, man. I love it. Let's see here. I love this color like this. Yo, what up, MD? What up? Glad you could join us, my friends. So, again, going back. Oh, thanks, dude. Yeah, this here is the red enhanced blade from Space Windu. I really enjoy it, man, because it really brings out the yellows really good. Blade, I tell you, Anthony Space Windu makes the brightest blades on the planet, man. Especially getting 500 LEDs in these things, right? Now this is not a quad, a quad star. It's not even a tri-star. This is just a dual star, right? But I tell you, he just makes some freaking awesome blades, dude. So I mean, I don't know how he does. I mean, he shows you how he does it, and he makes the blades 500 and 600. Yeah, I'm not surprised if he reaches anywhere from 700 to 800 LEDs in a blade, man. He's gonna break the record for the LEDs in a blade, man. I believe it. Anthony Space Windu is such a man. I mean, he just blows it out of the water with his blades. Now, if you um if you watch um Collector's Outpost, John, right? If you watch Collector's Outpost, he has a nice little workspace, and I love the way he has when if you watch his little tutorial, if you watch his tutorials on weathering sabers, he really does a banged up job on weathering sabers too, man. And his workspace is he's got a pretty nice setup. And I enjoy. I mean, he got some great content as well, man. Very entertaining. I- if you look in the background of his stuff, you'll see all of his figures and all of his sabers that are hanging up and everything. I mean, he's just such a pleasure to watch as well, right? And you can learn from him as well. I mean, he's such a great content creator, man. Um, let's see who else that I've seen that has such a great workspace that hasn't been. Oh, I think it's been like Saber Temple that I've seen lately that has a good little work area. Oh, he was working outside. I've seen he had a little work area outside that he was doing. He was doing some of the I think he was weathering some sabers outside. So he had a little bench he was working on, which was kind of cool, man, to see it that working outside like that was pretty cool to watch in itself. Yeah, indeed, right? Welcome, welcome. See, and I'm so glad you showed up, man, because like I said, I've been encouraging people to come in here like and have a seat and let's enjoy talking sabers. You've been doing sabers for a long time, MD? Like I said, with people coming in, I want to give you guys a very good experience coming in and feel like you're welcome at the table. We are a big saber table family here, man. Come in, let's talk sabers, let's have some laughs. Um, yeah, I tell you, one, I think I mean, I know everybody sees memes and all that stuff too, right? And I think I saw one this morning about Thanos getting beat by Obi-Wan this morning. I think one of those. I think I saw that meme this morning. It was either yesterday or yeah, it was this morning. I sent it. I sent it to a couple of people. I thought it was kind of funny. And Benji from Nerf Herder has such a great setup too on his benches and stuff. And of course, they are a lot cleaner and everything like that. Of course, I'm just a messy one. But I think eventually, when I get organized, then I will have a cleaner area to work with. Yeah, once I get all of this stuff taken care of in the garage, man, I tell you. And after the daughter's graduation, I will have no more excuses. But the daughter's graduation is the basis for me moving my butt and getting all this stuff cleaned out. So that way I can have a bigger area. And if you live in Texas, you can come and find me, right? Now, um, Jason, since you have your stuff in the garage, do you do you have a portable table? Is your table just without wheels? Is it just there? Do you have it on the wall where you can lift it up? I think eventually I'd love. Well, see, since my workbench has wheels, I can actually slide mine into the wall and put it against the wall and have all of this area open too, so that yes, Jim, you're right. JD has a great workbench as well. Oh my gosh, the stuff that he does, absolutely amazing as well. So, I encourage people as you're watching the YouTube channels on these guys and you're learning from them and you see their workbenches, their workspaces and everything like that. Just since I moved old kitchen cabinets and workshop in there last year along the wall after renovation. Oh, nice. Very nice. See, I don't have any old kitchen cabinets because my house is only 3 years old. And but I plan on buying some new cabinets and I'm gonna set them up here on this wall back here. And I'm gonna Star Wars it out eventually because they're I've got kind of like a little plan to kind of do a little bit better and see. Yeah, would love would love to visit Mundo in space. Oh, I hope you do, Jim. I hope you do, man. I mean, you definitely have an invitation, dude. Yeah, I'm gonna, like I said, I think I can fit 4 cabinets along here. I'll have maybe two shelves under that, and then I won't put anything lower than that because actually, what I may do is under under the cabinets, and also I'm still kind of thinking I'm going back and forth, but I may put pegboard right there and do some like small shelves on there, but at the same time one long one and a couple of short ones, and kind of deck it out a little bit and make everything kind of like tubes running here, like I was explaining earlier, right in the show, that tubes will be coming out, running into the cabinets, doing some control panels on there. Paint them probably. I'm thinking maybe red, black, and white striping, so to speak. I don't know. I mean, there's just all kinds of things going through my head for it right now. So I know that the control panels, though, I think I would like to do something like that, but I'm not sure yet. Stalking is not a crime. It's just they're tricked into inviting you left alone. Oh, Jim, there ain't no stalking. If you're invited, you're invited. There's no stalking, dude. There's no stalking. But yeah, I plan to get you guys together and have a saber night at my ranch, man. So it'll be barbecue and sabers. So I hope you like beer because we're gonna have some beer, barbecue, sabers, man. It'll definitely be a good time, dude. It'll definitely be a good time. Um, man, there goes my dog right there. They probably got one of the dogs out in the backyard and playing with the dogs. Campfire, yes, Felicia. Oh, I tell you, hey, you can't beat a good old campfire. You cannot, especially a nice big one. I really like it, man. I really enjoy it. Now, if I can get sabers out there, El Rancho Mundo, Titan, man, I tell you, that is awesome. El Rancho Mundo. uh, that is funny. That is funny. uh, now, do you um do you guys tend to switch your stuff around on your work areas? Do you kind of like look at it sometimes and say, I think I need to switch this little thing, this here and that. Like because eventually, like I said, I want to expand on things back here, and I'm not sure, like I said, if I'm going to keep the entertainment center the way it is, or I'm going to have something built even better against on the wall. So a lot of different stuff, and you can only improve on stuff, right? You don't really go backwards on your workspace. I mean, and I like the fact that my workbench has wheels on it that I can actually move it out of the way of where I'm at, put it against the wall. Now it actually can go against this wall over here. You can't see it, but I've got things right here that I can't put it back there against the wall. But when I take that stuff out, I'll be able to put the bench, the bench that I showed you guys, against that wall over here, and it'll sit flush with that wall. And then it will be even better because when I can roll it against the wall, it'll be like kind of cool. I can kind of move my whole pictures and stuff, and I can move from space to space. I'll be able, once I get everything situated on this part of the wall, then I can move my bench, and then I can move all of my camera and everything that way. And I can go back and forth between this space and the space that will be over here, um, back and forth, back and forth. So you won't be having to see this all the time. And I actually like this setup, though, really, honestly, because like I said, I have my laptop, I have my PlayStation, I have my sabers, I have my Star Wars books in this whole setup. Now I'm gonna go in and I'm gonna do it kind of slowly. I mean, I know you probably see all my junk, but let me see here. If you can see, you see my books right there, and just a few other things right up in there. And then of course I've got my mass right in here. That is a master power box right there. Even though I have it plugged into the wall behind all of this right here, and it's got let's see, one, two, three. It's got four ports right up in there. So all of this stuff in here more or less is running because I have the TV plugged in as well, right, to this plug. But everything is pretty much running off that master plug. Like I said, my PlayStations are hooked up to it. The laptop is hooked up to it. The TV's hooked up to it. So at any one time, I can actually um, take it. And the cool thing about this entertainment center as well, it's got wheels. So yeah, I can move this big boy right here. Now the towers that are right here, they don't have wheels, so they'll be a little bit hard pressed to move. But the entertainment center, the middle part right here, is on wheels. I can move that puppy out and get that out of there if I wanted to, if I needed to. But right now, it's serving a greater purpose. It definitely is serving a greater purpose, right, Yoda? It's just, of course. I don't have R2 with me, but I got the next best thing of R2. I got Yoda, right? Yes, it is. You hear that? There is no try. Well, and with that, I can definitely try to improve all of this area right here. And there will be no try. I will improve it. I will improve my workstation. Um, I hope everybody has had such a great Monday evening. I certainly enjoyed this time right now, and I'm so glad that you guys were here with me, Felicia, Jim, man. I tell you, Jason. MD, you guys, Cinzy. I tell you what, man, I certainly appreciate everybody who came in, watched me, and Titan. I tell you, I am so, and Charlie, I am so honored that you guys came and hang with me. That talked about a little bit of the workstation area, and I really hope that everybody will want to get inspired by their workstations. I hope it doesn't become complacent for you. Oh, Felicia goes, always looking forward to Mondays. Oh, thank you. Glad I caught you on live. Keep up the great work, bro. Nice to meet you all. Jason, thank you so much, man. Like I said, if you guys actually enjoy being here, and I know my regular guys, I mean, like, thank you so much, and I know you guys do, but for the newbies, man, that come in, if you guys really enjoy it, like, subscribe, share, don't matter. You can also, when I do this for Civilized Sabers, um, I also have the Mundo channel, right? Is piggybacking off of this channel right here. So you can catch it at Mundo Cabrera 7007, right? At 7007, excuse me. Um, and I tell you, come on. If you guys want to come with me every Monday, come over here, have a beer, have a drink, whatever you want to drink, it don't matter. Let's talk Sabers. If you have a specific idea to talk about, bring it on. Put it in the comments, or you can email me at _Cabrera, CABRERAIII at yahoo.com. If you got questions, man, about the show, um, anything, just, hit me up on my email. I'll answer your emails. I may not answer right away, but just hit me up on the emails and I'll answer what I can, okay? So again, guys, I appreciate it, and let's see if I can get this thing going. And whoop, what happened here? Peace out, people. Love you guys. Have a great week.
In here, we pour whiskey.